Thank you for watching this brief presentation on childcare vouchers aimed at the intelligent layman. Hello, my name is Andrew Caslett. I'm the Director of DIY Childcare Vouchers. I'm a qualified chartered tax advisor. I have over 20 years experience in tax in helping small business and other accountants on tax matters based in West London here, but covering all clients over the UK. Childcare vouchers are essentially a scheme or arrangements whereby an employer can provide vouchers to its directors or employees which can be exchanged for childcare. Many employers presently use specialist third-party commercial providers of childcare vouchers. However, provided the conditions are met, it's perfectly possible for you as an employer to implement your own scheme. The main benefits of childcare vouchers are obviously tax. Childcare vouchers within the prescribed limits are tax and national insurance free. This means that for amounts up to £2,915 for a basic rate taxpayer, vouchers can be provided to each employee director. For husbands or wives, they can be provided to each spouse. This means for a basic rate taxpayer, the saving at 20% income tax and 12% national insurance is £934 per year. As well as the employer e-saving, the employer will also save employers' national insurance at 13.8% of the value of the voucher. The main other benefits of childcare vouchers are to motivate your employees, help save them money and give them a choice about how to be rewarded as an employee director of yours. In the 2011 Finance Act, the amounts of vouchers that could be provided tax-free were restricted for higher rate 40% and additional rate 50% taxpayers. On this slide here shows the reduced amounts that of vouchers that could be provided to taxpayers in each of these categories. The consequence of this for the 2011 tax year means the following tax savings. For a basic rate taxpayer, the saving is £934. For a high rate taxpayer, the saving is £1,225. For a new employee under the new regime, they can only receive the lower amount of vouchers, so of course their saving is restricted to £623. As well as the employee saving national insurance and tax, the employer will also save employers' national insurance. That is presently charged at 13.8% of the value of the salary. So if a national insurance free voucher is given to an employee, the saving for a basic rate taxpayer, for the saving for the employer, is £402. There are conditions for these schemes, obviously. The three main conditions is that the child for whom the voucher is provided must be under 16 and must live with you. You should either be the parent or their legal guardian. Your employer may wish to ask you to check that you qualify, may ask you for the child's date of birth, whether or not the child is disabled, your relationship to the child, the childcare vouchers, childcare providers registration details and the date their registration expires. The second main condition for the scheme is that the childcare provider to whom you pass the vouchers must be registered or approved with the appropriate authorities. This is mainly Ofsted, but there may also be requirements to register with the local education authority or council if the childcare provider is providing a creche or similar. That means that unfortunately that informal arrangements with relatives are therefore excluded. It is possible, however, to arrange for a nanny to become registered. This scheme is only available to employees and company directors. Unfortunately, if you're self-employed or a partner in a partnership or an LP, the Childcare Voucher Scheme is not available to you, unfortunately. How they work. The main way that they would work is as follows. As a starting point, the employer would send a communication to all employees asking if they want to contribute. This might be a letter or an email with a PDF explaining the introduction of the scheme. The employer then completes a checklist to verify that each relevant employee qualifies. The employer, or if you're using a third-party voucher provider, the voucher provider prepares vouchers to pass to the employee. The employees then pass these to the childcare provider. The childcare provider then returns them to the employer to be paid. The ways in which you can implement a scheme is, as an employer, you can either use a third-party commercial childcare voucher provider. The typical cost for this is between 5 and 9% of the value of the voucher. For two director employees receiving the maximum amount of vouchers of £2,915 would therefore be issuing vouchers to a total of £5,830. At a 9% cost, this would equal £524.70 as a fee payable by the employer to the voucher provider. Alternatively, you can do it yourself, and you may wish to consider using our DIY Childcare Vouchers toolkit, which will enable you to do this yourself for a one-off cost of £147. The toolkit includes a manual on how to implement the scheme with a detailed action list and instructions. It includes template documents that you can use to implement the scheme. Typically, you could just copy-paste the vouchers and scheme rules, etc., from the template documents provided into paper documents or a PDF, and then use them as appropriate. It also includes a short video explaining how the scheme could be implemented. Includes simple instructions on how to register your nanny with Ofsted if he or she is not already registered, so that the provision of nanny as a childcare qualifies for vouchers. It includes unlimited email support. It includes updates guaranteed for any changes in the law, changes in the tax law for the next 3 tax years. Here are details if you want to contact us about our toolkit. Thank you for watching.